Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, 2016, Jo Cox was murdered in Batley, Birstall Library, and they've ended up arresting someone, locked up, made him out to be far right and all that. There's nothing of the sort. I'll show you this on Friday. I'm not making anything up, and I am only going off evidence that is already out in the public domain. I've not questioned anybody. That's already been done in Richard D. Hall's investigation. But I'm going to do a walkthrough of all the time it happened and where they got the guy. I'll go through it. I'll show you where they left crucial witnesses out. I can tell you that none of his family were at the trial. I can tell you that they had the trial in London when they shouldn't have done. Don't matter who's been murdered or whatever in Yorkshire. If it's murdered, someone's murdered in Yorkshire, it gets dealt with you in Yorkshire. It doesn't have to go to London courts or anything like that. It was a set-up. Tommy Moore wasn't anyone to do with anything far right. The guy he had a mobile phone, didn't have any social media presence, and only made 2 calls and a couple of texts in a year. He was definitely fitted up. There's personal witnesses who knew him are saying that pictures aren't him. They've had experts on proving that the killer wasn't him. The killer had a limp, walked nothing like Tommy. And, I mean, there's a couple of other bits of evidence, but I'll go through this on the day that I cannot see as not being true, and the factual evidence, and it throws all the case into disregard. You get all the lefties. I'll be naming policemen as well. I'll be naming policemen and witnesses that are named on telly. I will be naming them as well and calling them out, and eventually going to where they work and then protesting against them because they're liars. The worst thing that can happen to me is the government will come and shoot me and kill me. But that's not going to stop me saying the truth. That's the worst thing that can happen to me. I'll get kidnapped in a black van or something like that and you'll never see me again. I'm not afraid. In fact, I am more than willing to take this fight verbally and to show people the truth of what's happening in our country. Our stinking authorities, police and everything, they're all in it together to put us down. No one's going to change my mind on anything different. Of course there is. The odd policeman are good. But the overall establishment isn't. And they can cover things up. They can look like people have been murdered. So that's Friday, 5 p.m, live from Birstall. And I'll do the walkthrough and I'll show you, I'll do an analysis of the evidence I've looked at and some other things and tell you all about it. So that's 5 p.m. Friday. Certainly, definitely not to be missed. You know Big John gets on it when he has to, and I've been studying, analysing this case for 4 years since it happened. I was onto the news reports when it first came out, and I can more or less prove that it was a set-up. Whether she's been killed or not, I don't know, but it definitely was a set-up for Thomas Moore. He's an innocent man and he's in jail. No one's seen him, no one's heard from him, no one's allowed to see him. And when you do make questions, when you do question people, not aggressively or anything like that, you get a phone call off the police. I'll see you Friday, 5 p.m, Birstall.